collision between Emma Hong and Audrey Bryant. I think he wants to get Audrey Bryant checked out due to a head-to-head collision. And so they will adjust the clock accordingly.
A really good delivery and to just the numbers, and yeah, just a tough collision. Both players going for the 50-50. She should be able just to enter right back in, saying that she is just fine.
They have to put the ball back in play before he'll wave her on, and now Audrey Bryant is back in. There she is. We saw Ava McDonald getting ready to come back in, but right now Texas is defending. Noble, too high for Trinity Buchanan. Brianna Thompson able to play long for Texas, and it will be a Longhorn throw. And that will bring McDonald back on here. 15 minutes and change remaining. And Texas's ace in the hole, 6 goals on the year. The freshman Ava McDonald re-enters.
And she is taking off Cameron Bird, and that's going to be an attacking substitution for Ange Kelly, as you see the season low in terms of shot generation for Texas. And I completely agree. They have had some exciting moments, but those moments haven't really made for exciting attacking opportunities. And a lot of that has been just credit to what Texas A&M's backline has been able to do. They've been gritty tonight, they've been disciplined, and they have gotten the little moments right.
They held Arkansas to their season low in shots as well. But still work to do, right? At 1-0, this is far from secure here in the 77th minute. A twist and a turn and a cross that became a shot, and Veranda hasn't cleared it yet. Finally, A&M gets it out of trouble, and it's got to be a yellow card.
Certainly will be.
Brianna Thompson knew it. Oh boy, second time we've seen Veranda in a situation where A&M hearts were up in their throats.
I'm not sure that Thompson had another choice in that matter. That was a great look by our replay team where you could see that if she doesn't make that foul, it's even numbers in the back. 2v2, that never is going to favor a backline professional foul to stop that transitional moment.
Possible violent behavior.
And they're going to review to see if it qualifies for violent behavior. I knew they couldn't be reviewing last defender because there was clearly another defender there. I don't usually think of a jersey grab as rising to the level of violent behavior in a red card.
All right, so let's take a look. No world is that a red card for violent behavior. No world.
I'm quite surprised we're looking at it.
I'm shocked we're even looking at this. Because here's my thing. If you're not going to look at the challenge, right, that there was an unfortunate injury to a player, you can't look at this.
Yeah, you're going back to the yellow card to Bryant.
Absolutely.
That sent Lander out of the game, that was not reviewed to...
You can't not... If you look at this, you can't not look at that one. Those two worlds do not make sense in my head.
Remember the last time we had this long delay, we had a couple, I guess, and one of them, Texas came out of it looking much more settled. The other one, Texas A&M came out and scored from the set piece.
Yeah, it's
so
a
what are we going to
point.
get as a reaction to this one?
Huge point. And sometimes you can see that, right? In some games, you have a lot of stoppages. Neither team really gets into a rhythm. And because of that, you don't really see the best of either team. But on that same conversation, you can have the exact opposite reaction where you have this time to reset. You kind of have this time as a team to really gather together and talk about what's at stake. And that leads to really positive responses.
We're hearing it may be a different part of the play, which would make a whole lot more sense that it was something that we didn't see, because there wasn't any violent conduct in that particular challenge.
After review, there's no indisputable evidence for any violent behavior contact. Restart with a free kick.
Yeah, great work from our crew that we could hear all of that. So middle of the screen is where we're told to look. Oh,
Yep,
there,
so
down at
that
the bottom.
far side challenge with Ava McDonald and that. So it's not even the actual. So Ava McDonald is in retreat, right? And she gets a little bit of a tap in the back that leads her to this reaction. And that's what has been in question in terms of the violent behavior, which does make, to your point, Jonathan,
Yes.
a whole lot more sense than that jersey tuck. I tell you what, I was about to be up in arms.
You were up in arms.
I mean, yeah. It's a good thing we don't have a booth cam, huh?
You fully understand why they would look at that.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
the first part of it, the reaction, all of that, just adds to the emotions in this one. Under 14 minutes to go. We told you how much both teams need this win. What is Ariana Brothers doing there? Colliding and inserting herself with Bella James. Elvis Osmanovic says no more. Villarreal, a little afters with Yekel, and the Texas frustration starting to set in a little bit.
And that's always the fine line. You want to see a competitiveness to your squad. You want to see that fight and kind of that tough grittiness that really takes to be competitive in this conference. But there's a fine line between diving into the frustration level where your play starts to be dictated by frustration. You're starting to get impatient on the ball, which means that your attacking opportunities start to dwindle as well. You start making silly mistakes in 1v1 situations. That can't happen if you're the Texas Longhorns.
You see how McDonald keeps moving as soon as she gets the ball away, trying to find pockets of space, and A&M's challenge tonight has been to stay with her. And oftentimes, as we pointed out, to stay on both sides of her.
Yes. They've done a very nice job at that as well. And really, except for one or two instances in the first half that we showed you via replay about Amalia Villarreal really jetting from her position in the channel to being a little bit more central on the dribble, they've negated that as well. They've kept her pinned to that sideline pretty well in the second half.
Would you like to see her more central at times? We've seen playmakers excel on the wing. She certainly has been fantastic on the wing, so I'm not suggesting that, but just curious, is it easier to pin a player on one side?
That's a wonderful question, and I actually would like to see a little bit more just fluidity within the shape for Texas. I think that's an evolution point for her within this lineup, is to not be so stuck playing a single position, being a winger. Can she have a little bit more responsibility to float in and out of different pockets of space as the game dictates? I think would be so helpful.
Oh man, Hutchins is fast. Watching her run down the near side is exactly what the scouting report says on her. Mia Scranton, great run forward, couldn't connect her pass, and then Villarreal, another foul. Her frustration level rising. And every free kick is another 30 seconds for Texas A&M to let the clock run.
Spot on. Well,
that's loose in the box, and Buchanan's shot was blocked. I think it was Shimkin who got in the way just in the nick of time, and it sets Villarreal the other way. I knew I was going to slip into Spanish at some point. This is an A&M, this is a Texas throw on the near side. And it,
Well, I
again, look at
recently
it.
learned that you speak French.
Un petit peu. But you saw the picture, right? McDonald and Villarreal, and they had to wait for their teammates to run and join them. They were 20, 30 yards ahead of everybody else. I get that they're fast, but you're not going to do well in the attacking third if you're 2 against 4, 2 against 5. A lot of jockeying for position, and a goal kick is the result of that long throw as we go into the final 10 minutes here.
So I want to come back to that point that you were just talking about, Jonathan, and this is it, right? When you look at these two players, yeah, they're game changers in and of themselves, but when we've seen this Texas, and specifically these two players at their best in the attack, has been when there's been more support cast involved. So I take you back to the 2 Alabama goals where Ava McDonald scored them. Is actually a lot of midfields breaking down the initial line of confrontation, then finding Ava McDonald. You look at that Vanderbilt goal that Amalia Villarreal absolutely buried. It started way before it even got there.
Audrey Bryant leaves it, a Hearns shot over the top. And Texas did get some numbers forward that time.
And Ahern, as good as she had been in the opening, I would say 10 minutes of this half, we've really kind of lost her a bit. But she is so good about finding little vacancies, having a fluid movement pattern within the midfield. And in that moment, the momentum of the shot just sails her chest up a little bit and sends it sky high.
Sadie Hoke of Texas, her mom, one of the 99ers, Tisha Venturini. And they joke that Sadie defends more than Tisha ever did. I think that was one of the easier recruiting trips probably that Ange Kelly ever had.
I'm sure.
College teammate of Tisha Venturini.
I bet I know what her fun fact always was in school. Tell us a fun fact about yourself. Oh, my mom was a 99er. Oh,
The parents of this set of players had a tremendous athletic background and coaching backgrounds too. I still am interested in producing the 30 for 30 on Riley Crooks' mom, Carrie McGrath, Coach Mack, who started coaching her high school team while she was playing college soccer at UC Irvine.
I'll clip this to the ESPN offices and make sure that they know that you're ready for your producer
I'm ready.
role.
Ziekel going for goal. That's off the hands of the goalkeeper, Williams, and it'll be a corner kick for Texas A&M.
Well, it's no doubt that Kendall Williams has the rowdy crowd behind her.
That doesn't bother her. She seems like the coolest customer. Remember, Lander was delivering corner kicks with the left foot. She's out of the game following that challenge, and delivery not quite up to it. This is McDonald waiting for some support. Still will drive it herself and drive it up into the stands. Now, every Saturday, Marty and McGee and SEC Nation gets you ready for football with SEC game previews and the latest news from around the conference. This week, they'll be in Gainesville at the University of Florida starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Both shows right here on the SEC Network and the all-new ESPN app. Kaylee Noble battling with Amaya Haley again. This is where you like to see McDonald running it toward her own goal at midfield against the sideline, if you're the opponent. And she's
Important
staying
note,
down.
Yep, exactly. And she was a bit slow to get up after that long run that she had and that shot that sailed high and high.
So Annie Nadula will come on for her, but this goes back to this play.
And this just flat out, I know we're going to look at the injury here, but this flat out shows you the speed and the pace that Ava McDonald has. You can't keep up with that. And after that shot is when she actually went down. And you know what, Jonathan, the entire time, I know that Texas A&M did a really nice job getting numbers back behind the ball, but they still gave her space as we see some visible frustration with the injury that she's got going on. But I was still wanting her to take that shot because that's the kind of magic I think that Ava McDonald can prove to have as a striker in this conference. She's got the ability to hit from distance. She's got finesse to go with the pace. Truly an all-around striker that's going to be a problem for years to come.
But even waiting for the teammate can open up more space for that shot or distract a goalkeeper or a defender and make her more dangerous. And of course agree what a dangerous weapon is. This one is driven wide from distance. But we hope we'll not miss too much time with this.
And it looked like it was actually on the release of the shot that she just goes immediately down.
Is that the same spot where she got the haven't beaten Texas since the 2019 NCAA tournament? Before that, they hadn't played for 8 years following the exit from the Big 12. This thing is far from over. Annie Nadula, who came on for Ava McDonald, is on side for the moment, and her shot is saved by Mason Veranda down to her left. Don't know if that one would have held up, but they played through.
And I actually think that Patterson was holding the run on. Here's the thing with Texas A&M. They're actually very good when they play with the lead. And they've proven that time and time again this season, 3-0-1 when they've scored first. The problem in SEC play, we go back to one of their biggest keys of this game. They haven't been able to play with the lead. And so when you're having to chase the game constantly, you are naturally going to open up from a defensive standpoint because you got to send numbers forward to try and get anything back. But when you play with the lead, you can really hone into that defensive, compact structure that Texas A&M is so good at. And this is potentially going to be a 4-0-1 to add to their already existing record.
It's when they score first, and I mean just flat out when they score has been the biggest factor this year. Another long throw in from Cox. A minute and a half to play.
Are really sometimes what makes or breaks a team late in a match. You don't even want to concede a corner right now.
They've waited a long time to see burnt orange in this stadium. Oh, God. Mia Scrin, come on. Intentionally kicking the ball away while pretending to pick it up. That is a new one. Like I said, G. Guerrero hasn't coached against Texas here since 2009. accomplished for Texas A&M. They get their goal, they get their win, and they beat Texas at home just like old times.
Well, there's obviously a ton of respect between these two programs. You see the handshakes there, G, and the coaching staff at Texas. You saw an incredible crowd come out here and support this historic rivalry. And these two teams will continue to match up. They will continue to compete. But all credit to Texas A&M. They came out and they executed their game plan. They had very sound defensive principles on how to lock down the Texas attack. And they did what G. Guerreri needed them to do. They got hungry in the 18-yard box. And that attention to detail on dead ball situations when they've been struggling to create in the run of play paid off dividends. And now they have some confidence that they can look to take into their next match.
So much went into that one, and you see the emotions of the payoff of the win, of the shutout, and the result for Texas A&M. And we're joined by the goal scorer, Trinity Buchanan. Trinity, first of all, congratulations, fantastic game. We want to hear about the goal. How was that play set up, and what did you see on it?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it was a cross in the box, and one of our players tapped it, and I saw an opening, so I went for it, and it happened to go in, so I was really, really ecstatic about that.
Trinity, I actually want to stick to the goal as we kind of take a look back on our screens. We're seeing a replay of just what a wonderful finish it was from you, creative, but more important than that, the response from this team. It's been a little bit of a struggle for you guys to score goals, and then it was...
She's got to go lift a trophy, sorry.
Thanks, G. Thanks for letting us know.
Copy that. We were actually just talking to her about the response. The goal important, yes, but the response after obviously you guys struggling to score, but also that long stoppage with an injury that really seemed to visibly upset the team.
Yeah.
Gee, how proud are you of the response after a moment like that?
Well, it's been, you never get an easy game in this league, and some great players and coaches, and so to overcome some of the things we've had to overcome has been something I'm super proud of these girls. I love this team, and excuse me, but it's another tough one on Sunday when we go up to Norman. So we'll enjoy this for the rest of the night, and then we'll turn our attention to the Sooners. But I sure am proud of them.
Well, gee, I'm enjoying watching, and we just the scenes from College Station, because the atmosphere is unparalleled. And you got to say, what's Trinity Buchanan going to remember in 20 years? Talking to us? Or lifting that trophy in front of those fans? I think it's the latter. So she gets the credit for sending her off to be in that one. Marion, A&M gets the dub. Brighter future for them for the second half of SEC play?
No doubt, and you know what, you always felt that they were close. It was just a matter of the execution really coming to life to prove to them that all the process has been worth it, and they could have kept trusting it. They get that here tonight. And we'll see what they do come Sunday.
The Lone Star Showdown goes to Texas A&M for our fantastic crew. Alex, all the Thomases who are involved, for my partner Marion, I'm Jonathan. Texas A&M 1, Texas nothing, the final in Aggieland.